Okay guys, so I wasn't necessarily going to be filming today, but I figured I might as well. It is, excuse me, it is Friday, Friday, and I have a old Weiser and old Dexter rekey that I'm working on, and so old that they still have the original key. So I have already prepared the Dexter keys at the shop because we got the information from him, and he told us WR3, but he actually has a WR5 key here, and so I'm going to use one of my presets ready to go. Don't know if I have one with only 4. May have no. 2, 3, 4, 4 and 4. So what I'll do is I'll just use these and put these back in the shop. Cut the tip down 1, change the bedding. They'll always bring up the half-used ones there so that I can. New plug follower. My 3-foot plug follower is now only 2 foot 8 inches. So we got 2 slightly different, or 3, 2 of them the same, 1 of them different, deadbolts. And I've got some debris here from a scorpion job yesterday. And the reason I'm filming this is because of these little bad boys with the plastic tails. And that is pretty much the main reason I'm videoing this. So he has 2 of each. These are in desperate need of lubricant, and I still have not picked up any more LPS. Dad blast it. So let us get to it. We're going to start with this in case I crop this video. You have to, there's a roll pin that goes through, and you have to drive it out or push it out. So I will start off with just seeing if it'll push without getting more drastic. Now, these have been in here for quite a while, so they are undoubtedly pretty seated in there. So we're going to find us a whacker outer, which now I just made a new whacker outer category box here. Whacker outer. Let's use this whacker outer. Let's just go ahead and whack these out first, straight off. Helps to have a vise right here, but I don't have one, so we're just going to first look at the pin, see which easiest way out is. Sometimes it's flared more heavily on one side, so it looks like I was about to drive it that way, but this is more flared than that side is. SE lock and key. That was just a question phone call. Oh, so okay, a question phone call. So we determined that that side is going to come out easier. So we are going to whack this kind of free-handed here. Doesn't take much to get it coming out. Usually. I should say usually. Okay, that's enough to grab it. So I'm going to do that to all 3. Determine is this side. How locksmiths punch holes in their hand. Sad but true. Those are coming out so easy. Determine. And yes, a pair of pliers is a legitimate hammer. Oh well, I don't know why I threw those down. Okay, so that is all there is to taking these apart. Just goes through a hole. You don't want to lose any of those pieces, either of the two, or break them. And then the rest is just a regular rekey. Well, I say regular rekey, actually I mean you have to use a smaller plug follower, which I have just a brass tubing for this, because the standard one is not going to work on these cylinders, and sometimes this one doesn't either. And this one doesn't. Okay, so we step it down to the next possible way to do it. Don't have, you can make a bolt that'll do this, or just buy the next size down. I don't have one. Okay, so what you do there is find a shim. And go ahead and shim it. And use this end of the Weiser tool. Now, it's kind of not right, but when you're putting it back together, if you simply press like this and follow it out, it will make it a lot easier to get out. Okay, let's see. Totally different cuts there, huh? Oh, that's gonna make it hard to. Get out of there. Okay, Dexter. Dexter, funnily up here. So I did this 73557, 7270. And I did not do that 7. I know I did that 7. Okay, so we're gonna knock it all the way down there, like 225. Maybe 7 in a regular plug. Not these plugs. 7.3. So it's a good thing we did them all deep. That was one thing about Dexter. Always cut as deep as you can, because the shallower cuts go past 156. So our shallowest cut was at 3. 156 is sticking up. And not many kits go past 150 or shorter than 156. So let's take this 210, move it up to 216, and we're going to presume that there's enough variance in this that may be a little tight, but it shouldn't matter. So then we're just going to kind of eyeball what we think. Whoa, that is way not right. Okay, so our spacing is off. This is a Dexter pre-19. Shoot. Hold on. Okay, so the phone's probably going to ring again. Okay, so I determined that this was pre-1969, and it actually is not a Dexter key. They are national locks. Somebody cut it on a Dexter key. So in actuality, I had to dig deep to find some national pre-cuts that I had ready, but I found them. And we're going to switch them out with those Dexters, and I guess the Dexters will be used. And I don't know why I didn't realize that. This is such a classic national design. And I didn't even look at the latch when I took them off. So we're going to retry this, going by national specs, which Not listed, huh? So you would use, you just come up with it your own damn self. It's always going to be shorter. I don't know why I started so deep. So, yes. Looks like, I would say 5-3, 5-5-3. And I do this on these older ones because it makes it much easier to pin in the field. So 5, 5, 5, 5, and then 3, 3. It's kind of high. I always hold up from the bottom on these as well, because if you don't, it'll sink down. When you put it in the plug, it's going to be pressing up against the bottom here. Looking good enough. Okay, like I said, if I just try to follow it through, the top pins are going to hang up, so I'll push up. And, well, actually I need to find my shim. I need to get my shim poking out a little bit there. There we go. Just enough to bridge that gap. Pressing down and zoom it through. Messed up my shim, but we're alright. Rekeyed. It's got a little bit of a catch. So what that would be would probably be those 204s need to go up. These plugs can be a little tricky to go ahead and prepare it for following. So yeah, those need to be a little bit deeper. So what was that, 204s? 204, 204. Jump it up to 207. 207. Oops. And 207. And watch out for that hole, by the way. Much better. Alright, so then we're just going to rinse and repeat. We'll try the old key. It's not going to work, though. It's way different. Way different. You know what? I never brought my scissors back into the... I've been using a pair of Leatherman little freebie scissors that I got, because I haven't been able to find... Oh, come on, shim. Okay, prepare. Dump. Clear out the plug with a pick, because they won't just come out by themselves. And what do we do? Let's go ahead and go one deeper this time. Sticky, needs lubricant. And what was it? 186. Yeah. of these. And I'm probably going to stop the video and restart it just for my downloading ease. These dang 10-minute recordings are a pain to download from my GoPro. Oh, and after this I've got to go do another rekey for an eviction type thing, which I am entirely unsure as to whether or not it is a legal eviction. So we're going to have to call to find out a few little details before we go to it, to make sure they've served the people with all that paperwork that you're supposed to do. And I had forgot that it is Veteran Observance of Veterans Day. So thank you, active and veterans military, for your service for sure. Which it's actually Veterans Day tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to put a video out tomorrow. So if I do not get a chance, I'll go ahead and say thank you for your service. I'm going to probably do just a free house key or something special tomorrow, since I'll be in the shop. Okay, so I'll just squeeze it back in, pops right in, and we are good to go on these after we lubricate. Oh, there is a up and a down side to these, and I want to say the upside is, oh, look at this one on backwards. Sha la la, la la la. I'm glad I saw that before I got to the got it inside and needed the pokey thing. The doodad does go up. And I remember that because when these are in the housing, there is no in the front thing. It slips out, kind of like to compare it to something, since I'm not going to film inside. The knobs are very, very similar to Schlag's compressible style knobs, where you have to slip the cylinder out through the one-piece knob. And it's very short, so this is kind of sort of the predecessor to Schlag's short Bible cylinder, I guess. I mean, technically it is. It's the first short Bible system with a one-piece knob. It was out way before Schlag decided to do it, but these guys used a fixed cap. Yay. Alright, we're going to double check these before we stop or pause the recording with lubricant. Check it after we get that tailpiece on. And actually, I'm going to since I do this, one other good area to do this lubricant is along this, to let it, and of course you would want a, oh, just barely missed me. I jumped back so that I wouldn't get oil on my shirt. Okay, no towel. Okay, so pause and start on the Weisers. Okay, Weisers, here we go. got the Nationals out the way. Okay, got a really sticky pin there. Got to beware of that. Lubricate it, make sure it's not sticky anymore because it can press down and the cap can loosen. Giving you a call back. I'm shivering a little bit. It's a little chilly out here. It's like 60, 50 degrees. I know you northern guys are like, what? It's cold. Or chilly anyway. It's Mississippi, what can I say? Cold as shit for us is like 30 degrees. If it gets below 30 degrees, we go into a frozen. Oh, I'm going to use my new plug follower. Okay, different. Dump. Get out of there. Get out of there, pen. Okay, what is this one? This one is like 3, 6, 4, 7, 4, all different cuts. Damn. Okay, let's start off there. Yep, that's that one. I think this one's going to be 258 probably. Oh, no, shit. So 276. And then 240. And 294. Weiser cuts. And looks like 204. That's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good bidding there for Weiser. Huff my nails on that one. I'm holding it like this because I didn't take the spring out. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hey, I forgot all about that call that I needed done 2 weeks ago, and now it's Friday, and they're calling about it, and I need you to go out and do this. So, in addition to the not verified legal rekey that is in the exact opposite area of where this call is, I get to run to a quick small shit, I forgot what I did the last time. What was it? Is it this? Quick small master key system in another part of town. Okay, I remember the last one was 2 as well, and then the next one was no, we had a 4 or 5 or something. No, that wasn't it. Yeah, I had a 4 right there, that right there, and 276 there. I just glanced at something before I ran it through. Okay, I thought I saw it sitting below the plug. Right as I was about to turn the plug back, I thought that there was a little discrepancy, that I dropped the wrong pin in there, but I have not. Yay. Okay, we're going to fly through this because that just made me busy today. Busier than I was expecting to be. Especially since banks are closed and I can't cash in on it today. Make a fat, P-H-A-T, make a fat deposit today. Stop. Oh, that was him sending me the information. I was about to say, okay, now I'm going crazy. Okay, so this is again just a standard old Weiser key, even though it's the old style Weiser. farewell to the old Weiser key. It will go on my ring of aluminum keys that I have from rekeying a big property that had a bunch of those. Oh wait, focus, Jason. Your goal's in sight. And that is it. All the upper pins feel good, so it'll go in there and I'll get separated out when I go clean that out. Pretty easy to spot those old fellas. I have to get me a new green tool soon. This one's starting to get all woe out. Woe out. Inspecting all the tailpiece little disc. That is one thing about these you need to watch out for, is warpage of, I'll show you on the next one, warpage of this little fella right here. We take it out, we see years of use can start to kind of mess with it a little bit. So when these warp, get you a pair of like linesman's pliers with a really wide flat jaw and bend it back straight. Sometimes it requires quite a bit. I see my phone's just going to irritate me about that text. Sometimes it requires quite a bit of tweaking to get that circle back right. But I have saved many of them and seen many problems resulting from that little disc not being good and flat, as straight as possible. My phone's going to probably ding one more time in the amount of time I have to do this. And that's it. I don't know how into you were all during that, but I'm glad to be done so that I can get these back on the door and move right along. Vibratory action. Okay, so that's it, guys. If this is the end of this video, then thanks for watching. If not, I'll crop that part out and you will never heard it. I told you I was going to ding one more time.